This is the first one of these I've done, so let me briefly explain the premise. Every 2 weeks, the off weeks for my Riffing on Mail Call series, I'll pick 5 stupid things. These could be anything: news items, recent events, public statements, movies, TV shows, internet memes, phenomena I've only just noticed or thought of, bits from my own personal experience. Anything so long as it's stupid. 5 stupid things. So, here are 5 stupid things I've noticed these last 2 weeks. Former Bush administration officials using the death of Osama bin Laden as an excuse to bitch about the fact that we no longer waterboard captured terrorists. Since the news broke, some have voiced concerns over the legality of our Navy SEALs killing bin Laden, who apparently was unarmed at the time. Not Rumsfeld and Cheney. They're concerned that our anti-terrorism operations as a whole aren't illegal enough. Superman renouncing his U.S. citizenship. Not because I think it's a bad idea, I actually think it's a good idea, but because DC Comics is trying to make such a big deal over it. Superman's explicit Americanism was a late addition to the character, the result of the paranoid hyper-patriotism of the 1950s, much like the shoehorning of under God into the Pledge of Allegiance. Having Supes travel to the UN to officially relinquish his citizenship only serves to underscore something that never should have been part of the character in the first place. This
Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice.
Was always better than this.
I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.
People who worry about how much other people get paid. My local newspaper recently published the salaries of some public employees, which they had every right to do. That stuff is and ought to be a matter of public record. But people have been bitching about how much these folks are being paid for going on a month now. And we're not talking millionaires here. We're talking public school employees, most of whom make around the average wage for the county, and very, very few of whom make over $100,000 a year. If someone works at a better paying job than you, chances are their higher wage isn't taking any money out of your pocket or any food off of your table, even if their salary is funded by tax dollars. If you want to be a class warrior, there are plenty of more deserving targets than the teachers at your local public school. The word segue. All my life I've wanted to pronounce it seg. Deathers. We all owe the suffix a sincere apology, because these last 10 years or so we've really dragged it through the mud. First came the truthers, those convinced, despite all evidence to the contrary, that the terrorist attacks perpetrated on September 11, 2001 were not the acts of religious terrorists, but in fact of the United States government itself. Then came just a few years ago the birthers, those who were convinced, despite all evidence to the contrary, including just recently the very evidence they'd been demanding to see all along that was supposed to clear the whole thing up, that the sitting president of the United States, Barack Obama, was born in Kenya and not in Hawaii, as he has always maintained and has been widely assumed. Now, just these last few weeks, come the deathers, those who doubt, despite all evidence, the claims about the death of Osama bin Laden. That they have only their own paranoid suspicions to go on doesn't seem to matter to them, not that I expected it would. The deathers themselves are stupid, but so is that term, deather. Giving these nutcases a pithy nickname only encourages the media and the rest of us to keep talking about them, which, 2 weeks after our government and Al-Qaeda confirmed the death of bin Laden, there's just no reason to keep doing. Sorry guys, but he was real. And now he's dead. Live with it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you next time.